What's up lads, the Ferrari guy 5 is here. I know exactly what you are thinking. Why am I talking like this? The truth is, this is my actual voice. My hated Irish accent is only something I put on. Just kidding, I have an awesome voice. Anyway, I have had the flu and a very sore throat for over a week now. I hate it, and I cannot speak. So instead of taking a break, which sounds very good right now, I use this voice box thing to do the talking for me. So here are 10 reasons why old cars are better than new cars. Prices of new cars are getting higher and higher. Since they have all of this tech which you don't really need, prices have risen so that all the development can be repaid. Don't forget that your fancy new car depreciates too. Within 2 years, half of your car's value will be gone. And to make matters worse, if you sell your car, you will realize that he or she got a great deal off a mint car, while you're the poor loser who paid full price. Also, old cars often appreciate rather than depreciate. Examples include the E30 BMW M3. As a result, classic cars are becoming more valuable than gold. If that isn't convincing enough for you to like old cars, then I don't know what will. You should probably see a doctor. Easy to work on. Older cars are much easier to work on too. There are no plastic pieces and stupid parts which get in the way of your spanners. Old cars have a simplistic design which is perfect for first time car owners who can't afford to take their car to a mechanic. But if that's the case, you probably shouldn't have a car. It also makes life much easier for people who want to modify their car as well. Big jobs are a doddle and car transforming mods can be done in minutes. No driver interference. Picture this, you are driving your date home. You had a wonderful time, but you think you still need to seal the deal with your lady. She could be your future wife. So, you do her a treat and pull off a sick handbrake turn. This was done thanks to no driving aids or irrelevant garbage. Oh, those were the days. However, to make driving safer, brands have had to put traction control systems which you can't turn off, systems which turn the car on and off for you, and other useless crap you don't need. Some cars even drive by themselves, and let's face it, women don't find that shit attractive. Cheaper to maintain. This kind of steps on the toes of my previous points, but old cars are as cheap to run as they are to buy points sometimes. Older cars used parts which were simple and dependable. There were no extra steps involved, like there are in modern cars, which is a dream come true for mechanics. Today, everything is all complicated and overplanned. It's a nightmare to get the most basic of things changed, and all that does is increase the price of the parts and the labor. Less to go wrong. Don't forget that modern cars use parts which are mostly electrical. So that means, when they go wrong, they go very wrong. Imagine if your electric handbrake went wrong. You would have nothing to keep your car in one position, and therefore it could crash into another one, or be stolen easily. In comparison, if your handbrake lever goes, all you have to do is replace the mechanism, which is usually a cheap and easy fix. Cool factor. Let's face it, old cars are just cool. Their timeless lines make them a looker to any normal human being. They also pack tons of nostalgia to older enthusiasts who dreamt of owning said car as a kid. Realistically, you are one of a few owners on the road, so that means that when you roll through town, all eyes are on you, and not that loser's Range Rover. People who see old cars always say they don't make them like they used to. They're usually lighter and smaller. It's no lie, but cars are getting bigger. To try to make cars more spacious, comfortable, and safer, brands have had to increase the dimensions of their cars. A fine example is the new VW Polo, which is bigger than a Mark IV Golf. A bigger car is not a big issue. Haha, see what I did there? The only issue is that these bigger cars are harder to maneuver in spaces which once upon a time were not tight. The added length also means that they are heavier too. This seriously hinders the driving experience and spoils the fun behind the wheel. Insurance. Insurance on cars is on the rise. Most insurers in Ireland won't insure you on a car which is over 15 years old. However, the ones who do often offer lower prices as the demand would be lower, especially for drivers who are experienced and have owned the car for a while. If your car is 20 years old or more, you become qualified for classic car insurance, which can cost as low as €156 a year, I think. However, if you're a young driver thinking that you can buy a classic car and get cheap insurance, then don't hold your breath. Reliability. Okay, this is a touchy subject, but sometimes older cars from 10 years ago can be more reliable than new ones. Let me explain. 2008 was the peak of car reliability. Most cars didn't have any electric assistance, they had problem-free manual gearboxes, and they didn't have any driving aids, which didn't require thousands of employees to develop. Parts back in the day were also not made up of chips, and best of all, they were designed to break. Think of modern cars as an iPhone. Great, but after 2 years they'll die. Character. Old cars are full of personality. They have seen it all. Older cars are far from perfect. Some are high maintenance. Some produce a lot of C02, and some just don't go as far as you would like them to. They were also made in an era where no one thought about polar bears or Snapchat's new update. They reward the driver with the involvement needed, and they remind the driver that once upon a time, life was a little better than today. They were made in a time where no one was PC. Top Gear was hosted by Jeremy Clarkson, and best of all, YouTube was actually good. Seriously, I keep getting my videos demonetized. I haven't been paid in months. That reminds me. Music Nation's network. Where is my money?